Hey everyone, it's Josh from Travel More Family. Today we are doing a special video, one out of the ordinary, but this one is for the guys and it's about Weight Watchers and men. And I have enough points tonight that I'm going to crack open a beer while we discuss. Hey again, it's Josh. Thanks for joining today. If you're new to the channel, thank you for coming, and hit that like and subscribe button so you can join us on other adventures and other videos. We do Weight Watchers, and it's myself and my wife Romy, and this video is more about the Weight Watchers and men and just my experience, my perception, and everything that captures the whole weight loss journey for men while doing the Weight Watchers plan. So the first step about myself, I started my weight loss journey, I would say about 4 years ago, but not with Weight Watchers. It was beginning. We were signed up for a half marathon at Disney, and that was to take place in 2018. So I started doing a whole, I'm going to get ready for the marathon, I'm going to start running and start watching what I'm eating. At the same time, we started doing meal replacement shakes kind of for breakfast and lunch, and then a moderate dinner for at the time. So incorporating the activity, watching what we're eating by doing these meal replacement shakes, and I ended up going about around the 2:15 mark when I hit race day. So fast forward to today. Between that race and now, I ended up gaining all that weight back and then some. And November 2019 is when my wife and I said, all right, with the encouragement of family, to join Weight Watchers and see what would happen. At the time at Weight Watchers, my first weigh-in, I was at 232. At the time, didn't think I was considerably overweight, but as now when I'm at 199, seeing the pictures of last summer to where I'm at now, it's night and day. So there was a problem. I didn't feel like I had it until the weight started coming off. So when I was training for the marathon back in 2018, my mindset was more of an 80% on activity, 20% on food. You could say that. Fast forward to 2019, end of 2019 and into 2020, I went more into 95% watching what I was eating food-wise versus activity. My activity level, of course, it was winter time, was very low, and of course it's incorporated more as the weights came off. But that was where the difference between the two weight loss journeys when it came to activity. So November, when I started Weight Watchers, my first impressions were I was the only guy at the meetings. Weight Watchers with the meetings, with the app, it was more centered towards women, which is not a bad thing. But for me, it was kind of like I'm here as a support for my wife, and then all of a sudden the pounds start coming off as I was following the system, doing the plan. I wasn't looking at it as a diet, as more of a lifestyle change. So with that being said, my first couple weeks just hitting 3-pound losses, 2-pound losses, it all started coming down. And of course I had those weeks where I gained 0.2, but it was kind of like I stayed the same. So going into January, I hit the 20-pound mark of a weight loss and hit the plateau, first major plateau of my weight loss journey. So for a month and a half, I sat at the 212 to 210 range. I would lose some, gain some, and just stayed on that plane. And with the help of our Weight Watchers coach, got the motivation and kind of like a guidance of to do something different. We, for almost 3 months straight, were following just healthy food, healthy this, healthy that. If I wanted a beer, that's when we would use the points, and then they kind of said, well, take that opportunity once a week to shock your body and to have that steak meal or have something that jolts your body. And then from there, about mid-February until now, another 12, 13 pounds has dropped off. So the program works. It's one of those things that just, if you just stick to the tracking, stick to following the guidance, and not having those days where you just completely blow everything out of the water. I've had success since that day, and that was only since November of 2019. So my perception on the food as being the catalyst of the weight loss that I've done, with Weight Watchers, it taught me structure. It showed me you have to eat something for breakfast. Eggs are 0 points. I take advantage of eggs. I have a couple eggs, 2 to 3 eggs for breakfast, and then I have a reasonable lunch. Usually it's kind of a turkey wrap, this and that, and just incorporate my points throughout the day with some snacks, healthy snacks. And if I want to indulge, I indulge. I enjoy a small cup of ice cream if I have the points. I would not go into the negative just to have a late night snack. And that's the whole point with Weight Watchers, is more being mindful. And that word mindful is very apparent when it comes to Weight Watchers. Be mindful, mindful eating, mindful of yourself, the whole works. So for someone who's new with Weight Watchers, when you get your points, it's a little overwhelming at first when you go to the store for the first time with your scanner and you start scanning things and you realize that this thing is more points than you would imagine. For us, it was almonds. Almonds was something that we thought was a good, healthy snack to have. On Weight Watchers, the points, it's a lot of points. So we decided to cut that out of our diet since November. If we have the 100 calorie packs, that's something that we'll have if we want that for a snack. For points wise struggles that I've seen, I've had those weeks where tracking's just not on the forefront. I know I need to do it. It's there. The app's there. My phone's always on me. So just having that discipline to track everything that you're doing. And sometimes those are the weeks where the scale reflects saying, hey, you didn't do the right thing this week, and the weight either did not come off, you stayed the same, or you gained some weight. What you do is you just reset, focus on the following week, and look back on the previous week and know what exactly you did or could have done better. One thing with fast food is something that you can have while on the Weight Watchers, the WW program. I'm a big Taco Bell person. Love Mexican food. So when it came to that first time that I was in the drive-thru trying to figure out what I could have, when I would normally have a Nacho Bel Grande meal, it turns out I had a soft taco fresco with steak and 4 points. 2 of them, 8 points, decent meal, filled me up, moved on, got the Taco Bell taste out of the way, and moved on with business of the day. So for those who are trying to figure out how to start their weight loss journey, some keys that I have from my experience and from watching others during their journeys, it's that have that thought of ready to make a habit change. One of the most important things that I had to do was look at my daily habits, which for one thing was the whole breakfast thing. I'd wake up in the morning, have coffee, and be on with my day. Going over and over daily, eating eggs, eating something, just getting that fuel into my body for energy was something that started my metabolism and helped me greatly. That's not a Weight Watchers thing. That's just something that should be done daily for everyone. Just that's how the body works. It needs the food inside of it to burn energy, and energy burned from the calorie intake. Calories burned is a healthy way of losing weight. Another thing that can be done with Weight Watchers, or with any weight loss journey, and I said that earlier in the video, start with food. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to start losing weight, so I'm going to start running marathons. I'm going to start running 10 miles a day. The body will either, you'll get to the point where you'll start hitting key milestones in weight loss, but at the same time, if the food's out of control, you may hit that plateau early and it's deflating. And to the point where you give up and you say, all right, I tried. I was doing everything I could exercise-wise, but I'm still gaining weight, or I'm not losing weight. So it's a kind of demotivating factor.
Okay.
One thing that I want to mention is that I am not a dietitian. I'm not a health expert. I'm just speaking from the heart, from what I've experienced in the last couple of months, and from what I've learned. And the one thing is just the habit change, the lifestyle change, just making those little incremental changes, and having a program like WW, or it could be intermittent fasting, or something that brings a structure to your lifestyle. Those things work, and it's just seeing it through from beginning to end. There's that saying, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and Weight Watchers is definitely a marathon. You're going to have successes where you're going to have weight loss of huge numbers, and then you're going to have weeks where the scale doesn't even budge. But also at the same time, the scale may not be moving, but inches around your waist may be disappearing. So for someone who has experienced the highs and the lows of Weight Watchers, if you're on the journey, I salute you and glad you're on board. Thanks for watching. If you like the content and you want to see more from our family, hit that like and subscribe button. And until then, this is Josh. Have a good night.